everyone, welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be a party prep video. We're doing a baseball themed party for my 1-year-old son. I'm so excited. This is going to be the little jersey and hat that he's going to be wearing. So cute. And this is just a quick little overview of some of the supplies that I got, and I will link all of this stuff down below if you're interested. It's obviously an Angels themed party. My husband is an Angels fan. But anyway, the first thing that I do for a party is the day before in the evening, I start blowing up the balloons for the balloon arch, and then I get some of the baking out of the way. I like to bake everything myself from scratch. If you're new here to my channel, I'm a mom of 2, and I do like to keep things really simple, and I try to be very minimal. So I prefer to have quality over quantity of things. So that's what you will see here today. And for my kids' parties, I mean, my son is only turning 1, and one of the best pieces of advice I got from my friend Christine, who has teenagers, was that, you know, don't set the bar so high when your kids are really little, because by the time they're teenagers, they are going to expect like thousands of dollars in gifts and to be like flown in on a helicopter for their birthday. I mean, it's getting out of control. And that is not what we are trying to do here, okay? I am trying to live very simply, trying to show my kids a good time without going crazy over the top, and, you know, just make things special by making things homemade, making them myself. I really am all about getting back to basics with my children and my family. So I'd love it if you hit that subscribe button if that resonates with you and you'd like to see more of my videos. Anyway, let's get party prepping. So these cupcakes came out so delicious, you guys, and I ended up using this recipe because it was egg-free and it had the option to be dairy-free as long as you used a dairy-free milk. I ended up using the Ripple milk for kids, and they absolutely were perfect. All right, the next thing I'm doing is wrapping some presents, and I just wanted to show you how cute this wrapping paper is. I'm not going to bore you and just wrap presents all night, but this wrapping paper is adorable, and it was on Amazon, so I'll go ahead and link that down below if you're interested in it. And the vibe of the room right now is just late night, mom time, finishing up some things, and then I'm going to try to map out the charcuterie board. I'm going to make a baseball field charcuterie that I saw on Pinterest. So I got ideas on Pinterest. So I have this board that I usually let Gigi paint on, and I'm going to just put parchment paper over it and draw the baseball field. So, you know, try to figure out how I'm going to lay out the fruit and the crackers and cheese and everything. And believe it or not, I did go to college for a little bit for art, so sadly enough, I think I'm a little rusty. This drawing was kind of sad, but I just needed an idea of what I was going to do. All right, it is the next morning. It is the day of the party. So of course I had to get up early. I stayed up way too late, and then my kids were up like all night, and then I got up early, so I'm pretty exhausted. I need a coffee, and I am getting started on the second batch of cupcakes at 7:30 a.m. So we're off to a good start. I ended up making half a batch of cupcakes and then used the rest of the batter to make a small cake just for my baby boy. All right, guys, it's time to make the baseball field charcuterie. I ended up throwing away that sad little drawing, and I have a little picture of an idea of what I'm going to do, and then I'm just going to kind of wing it on the board here. So first I'm going to cut up all the fruit and stuff and cheese, and then just assemble the charcuterie. So here's a little mom life here with the birthday boy himself. I just cannot believe that he's turning 1. I just don't know, where did the time go? So what do you guys think? Does it look like a baseball field? Leave me a comment down below if you think it looks like a baseball field, because I thought it did, and I thought it looked really cute. And I went and added some basil to it to kind of give it a little grassy feel, but I don't know if that really made it look better or not, but need a little basil with the mozzarella and tomato anyway. But I thought it came out really cute, and it was really easy. All right, so next up, I am just putting together the balloon arch. Probably my least favorite thing to do. My fingers are still hurting from putting this together. If you have any secrets or tricks on how to do this easier, leave me a comment down below, because I really am not good at this. Okay, so party planning 101 is to know when to start delegating. So I was like, all right, time for my husband to help me. Let's go. And then, of course, Gigi was helping. She was such a good little helper, like she always is.
Remember when you told me you believe in something and you said you're done pretending that fate is patient. Go run away, get it out of your system. Come back when you're older. Go find a place where you can't be the victim.
Gigi always feels the need to organize things, so she kept taking the presents down and organizing them in her own way and then putting them back. So I don't know where she gets it from. All right, guys, next I'm just making some homemade lemonade for the party. I am adding some sliced up lemons to my pitcher here, and then I juiced, I think, 3 lemons in there, and I added 4 tablespoons of sugar, and then just added water, stirred it up, put it in the fridge so that it was nice and cold for the party. But it's a super easy way to have a homemade drink, and it was really delicious, really refreshing. Alright, so making the frosting for the cupcakes is so easy. It's just my go-to frosting. I use 2 packages of cream cheese and then a stick of butter, blend it all together with some vanilla, and then add as much powdered sugar as you'd like to taste. I try to only add, I think, between 1/4 cup and 1/2 cup, but it's not very sweet at all for that entire bowl. So just keep adding the sugar until it tastes the way you want to taste it. And it's always the perfect texture for cakes and cupcakes. Okay, so next up I just wanted to show you my fail. I wanted to make red frosting out of beet juice. So I juiced a beet and added it into the frosting, but it came out way too pink and runny because I wanted to use it for the little strings on the baseball, have the cupcake be white, and then make the little red strings on the side. So I ended up having to use the little like gel, red food dye tube from the grocery store, which I did not want to use because I don't want to eat that myself. I don't want my kids to eat that. I just don't like to use artificial stuff like that. But I did. I used it just for like the decoration on just a couple of them. But I was super bummed because I thought the beet juice thing would work. So I don't know. I probably should have looked it up further, like how else I can make natural red food coloring, but I just didn't. So it's all right. I had the little cupcake toppers anyway that look really cute that you'll see here in a little bit.
Dreams that I dream in a world built to run on power. Tough situation to solve, only have a lighter. Toss and I turn with ideas that will make things burn.
Alright, so next up I'm making homemade queso because I am setting out a platter of nachos. So the homemade queso is super simple. It's 1 pound of American cheese with 1/2 cup of milk. And then you add a small can, the 4-ounce can of diced green chilies. And then season to taste. I added paprika, salt, and pepper. And it came out absolutely perfect. And then I kind of skipped a step. I bought a rotisserie chicken the day before from the grocery store for my nachos, and then I just cut it all up. But you know how it's a little dry the next day, so to rehydrate it, I just added a little bit of chicken broth and then a little bit of red enchilada sauce to the chicken to make it nice and fresh.
Keep a up the speed on a ball that is rolling faster, faster, moving faster. Goals and emotions are wrapped into one disaster, disaster. Handle the problems instead of a lousy lie. What I'll give up just to see all that big blue sky. What we're up against, we just gotta speak louder. I'll try to make amends for the damage control. Only together we can rule.
All right, so next up for the nachos, I'm just laying out my chips on 2 baking sheets, adding black beans, adding that chicken that I just made, and then I'm gonna bake in the oven for just about, I think, 8 minutes or so, just to heat things up. And then I'm just going to pour the chips onto this platter that I just put parchment paper on. So I'm just pouring the nachos on there, and then I'm going to top with that homemade queso and some fresh pico de gallo. And oh my gosh, you guys, these nachos were like the best thing ever, and really simple, not a lot on there, you know, and Gigi, my 2-year-old, loved them as well. So they were perfect.
We can rule the world only together. Only together. We can rule the world. We can rule the world. We can rule the world.
All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching today's video. Thank you so much for subscribing. And, you know, this party prep was extremely simple. That's how we do things here in my home. And I'm very happy to welcome you into my home. And I hope that you will join me again in future videos. Thanks again. Take care, everybody.
Doesn't make any sense to me, but who